Good day, and I love you. I'm Heather Peterson Lockhart. I'm the chiefess. I want to chat with you for a second today. So, we have the sun squaring Chiron today. Many people, myself included, are being greatly wounded. Things are really hurting. Things are really challenging, very difficult. Because there's some patterns and some behaviors, some situations and relationships that are just no longer working. So I wanted to share something today that I learned that has greatly helped in my healing and my ability to release situations, institutions, authority, individuals, you name it. Because if you had talked to me, depending 5 years ago, even 1 year ago, 5 years ago, 5 hours ago, depending on when you talk to me, we're at a different degree in our evolution and we see things differently. And so I remember when I first got sober, everybody under the sun had hurt me and done this to me and done wrong to me. And if I hadn't been hurt like this, well, then I wouldn't be doing what I was doing. Can't you understand that? Did you really listen to everything that's happened to me? Are you listening? That was my attitude. And that understanding and that attitude allowed me to continue to sabotage and damage myself and everything around me. And, it took a whole lot of help and a whole lot of time before I realized that I was the common denominator in a lot of those circumstances. And so today I understand that each and every circumstance that I have experienced, each and every relationship that I have taken part in, is not only of divine design, but my design as well. My highest expression of self chooses, in accordance with creation, a pathway meant to evolve my soul. Each and every soul has their own evolution, their own work to do. We want to be better. We want to be stronger. We want to live and express in our highest. So, it's tough to choke that one down, that some of the really heinous things that happened to me are supposed to happen. And that the good comes out of it, I learned some time ago that the resonant outcome of 9/11 was that the vibration of the earth was greatly increased. The compassion factor on Gaia throughout humanity exponentially boomed after 9/11 as a result of the outpouring of assistance, presence, and compassion from one human to another, one country to another, parts of the world to another. I'll speak for myself. I saw 9/11 as this horrendous and horrible atrocity, and just that both of my parents were in the Pentagon at the time, and it was just bad. It was just bad, and this had been done by one party to another party, and there's an assignment of blame and there's judgment, and it's just bad. I see it as this occurrence. And I learned quite some time later that the resonant outcome of that heinous situation was that a whole bunch of people showed up in compassion and in support of a whole bunch of other people that never were willing to even acknowledge other people. Countries that aren't exactly cool with each other, right? And who would have thought that something so heinous, that such a heinous occurrence on earth, that the resonant outcome, the long-standing outcome after this isolated incident, is ever-reaching, much further impacting, and for the greater good in the long run. Because we see it like this, right? You know, spirit, the universe, God sees it like this. So when I think about that, I look back on things of my past. I look back on situations. I look back on relationships. I look back on individual occurrences where, yeah, someone did something wrong to me. But then I think about the fact that, again, I'm the common denominator here. I'm the common denominator in this bad relationship and that relationship where I was treated like this, and this relationship where that happened, and this situation where I was there. So, you know, maybe that's soul's way of trying to learn. Maybe that's soul's way of lining up circumstances that if I'm paying attention and privy, I understand, present as an opportunity to evolve and learn. As opposed to, well, damn, all this crap just keeps happening to me. I can't believe that. Because you see, if that is my tune and that is my tone, then I'm missing the lesson. I'm missing it entirely. Everything that happens, even the most horrendous of things, has a higher purpose. There is the opportunity for an evolved, resonant outcome, a vibrational increase in each hardship we face, in each struggle. I mean, gosh, that's the gift. How many people do you know that simply change their ways because they're like, well, you know, this has been going really, really well. I'm so comfortable. Let's wreck it all and change it and see if we could do better. Said nobody ever, right? But when we are, you know, I mean, like when you're bankrupt, you can get real creative. When you're upside down, you're like, well, shit, I got to get right side up. You know, I mean, it's when we're pushed and we're prodded that we react and we decide, oh, wow, I want to keep reacting this way. Or, oh no, this is, I'm done. I'm done having this huge trigger on my chest that when anyone pokes or blows, I'm like, ah, you know? So during this time, especially in this next week, and we will be traveling into Capricorn season where the energy will get more intense and the arduous work will be readily available. I invite you to use this week headed into this full moon on Friday to look back on the places where you feel like you've been wronged and you've been harmed and you've been hurt, and find where you grew. And if you're like, well, he still did this, find what you learned from it. If you didn't learn from it, it's going to keep appearing. The person will have a different name. The house will look a different color, but it'll all still be there because you haven't learned the lesson. So this is the stuff that sets us free. This is the opportunity to gain freedom through the experiences in my past. Not only that, once I heal from it, once I release it, I'm able to be an asset and to present in a position of assistance to another who's walking through the same thing. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel good, but I guess because I do show up. I do show up to learn the lessons, so I'm kind of like, whoop, gear up, here we go, you know. Like I said, it doesn't feel any more comfortable, but today I know I can get through it if I simply show up and take the next right step. Because it's all packaged, orchestrated, and presented in divine timing by divine design for my highest incline. I love to make it a rhyme. Oh. It's right on time. I love you. Thank you for joining me today. I truly love you.